soft. Yes, you is. Oh my goodness. My God, what the fuck is going on there? That is amazing. Amazing. Later. You vibing now? You chilling? I think you is. It's fucking huge moth. Well, not like huge, but you know, around here this is fucking big. Has a really cool red underneath its wings a little bit there. These things are really cool. Is that a deuce? No, that's a moth. A huge one. It's a huge moth. Fuck. I need to brush my hair. Fuck, goddammit. Oh wait, that's a moth. Yeah, that's a moth. I found it on the front porch when I was seeing if something got delivered or not today. Which it didn't. Here, let me see if I can get a better detail of its wings without it freaking out. Because I have it to where it's now calmed down. It's now no longer freaking the fuck out anymore. Here. Let's see if we can do this. Very gently. There we go. Wow, look at that. Look at its wings. That's so cool. It just straight up has like that bark camouflage to it. You see the little red underneath too, the orangey red. It's a pretty cool thing. I'm gonna let it outside though. But first I need to get this all taken care of. This is fucking madness. Check this little fella out more. Ugh. Come here, Zooks. Yeah, you good boy, just good boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mulletnar? Not really. I mean, my front of the hair is not exactly short. It's still long. It just kind of looks like it just because of the way it's kind of split, I guess, right now. Oh my god. Fine, this is fucking ridiculous. This is like the shit I have to deal with every morning. Only it doesn't look as bad. I'm actually surprised it doesn't look that bad. But I also purposely... Hey! Yeah, for real, bro. But, Zukov, come here. Come on. Hey! Don't be in his way. Honestly, the worst part is going to be this shit. This is going to be tough. Yep, right there. Actually, it's better to try to get down here first. Looks like one of those girls who shaves the size of her head. Fuck off! I mean, yeah, that is true, but it's both of the sides. both sides. Not one, two. There we go. Oh my god. Be gone, stray hairs. Get off me. There we go. Never show balls like that. Fuck you! No! I don't do it like that, you fucking asshole. What the hell? What the hell? I'm just getting insulted now. You're just insulting me. Let's see how it is. Being a little asshole. Being a smart ass. What the fuck is getting me here? Oh, you. Cunt. Ah, fucking lighters, dude. Come on. Ah, god damn it. Are you serious? None of them? Faggot. God damn it. Ugh. Dude, one of those has like a little bit of juice left. Are you serious? Damn it. Alright, well now I need to find a lighter. Zukoff, you're not helping. You're not exactly a very helpful dog right now. Why are you even sniffing up? Fuck. Yes, sir. We'll get one later. Don't worry out. Last time. Yeah, this is how it is with me and all that shit. Anyway, buy lighters and bulk packs. I normally do, but yeah, last night though they ran out. I mean, I pretty much ended my stream with like the last little bit of the juice. But yeah, got Zukoff all cleaned up, man. He's mostly flea free, but now like a good chunk of them are now everywhere else still. That's what I was seeing a second ago before I ran off, was fucking flea on my leg. I mean, not really to the same problem anymore, but whenever the one or two now pop up, now it's like really fucking noticeable. Are you flea free? Not yet. It's like you can never really get rid of them. That's why I want them extinct. Like, I don't want them to exist anymore. I want them all dead, because like if you're infected, like in an area, let alone your own property, just in the local area, you will never get rid of them. It's impossible. Like, you literally can't. Like, there have to be, like, genetic factors in order to make them sterilize them in order for them to be wiped out in the population. It's just impossible. Unless you could think of something that kills fleas and fleas alone. Unless you could think of something like that I could just spread around everywhere. SOL with that. So. But this area in general, not just my property, but like just around here, is just very fucking ripe with them. Like, I mean, it's a constant problem for people around here. Like, whenever the season kicks in, usually it's spring or summer, usually just that time of the year, like half the years, like maybe like once every year or maybe every 2 years, like half the flea shit that would be on that you would be able to buy, gone, just wiped out. Outside of maybe like anti-flea pill shit that you can give to your cat or something, or give to your dog. Like, outside of that, like, you're pretty much SOL. But most people are trying to get this stuff that fumigates the whole area, so then pets don't keep reinfected. Near a boggy neighborhood. I live near a watershed. I mean, this entire fucking area is like an orchard. We're in a valley of, you know, trees of, like, you know, fruits and orchards and shit, so. I mean, it's just a very fertile area, and thus it's going to be fertile for a lot of life. And as for Bushi, nah. It's definitely more on the suburb class of things, for the most part. Take a look at this little guy. Just a little more. This moth is huge. I really love that, like, ash gray kind of bark pattern it has on its wings. Yeah, it's all chilling. And it doesn't have like any mouth either. Like, moths don't have like an actual mouth. They have like this little like spiral, like little nozzle mouth hose thing that sucks like nectar out of fruits and stuff. You can't really see it, but it's basically like right there, just a little bit. Barely tell. But because the moth is so damn big, I could kind of see it a little bit from right here. What's up? What's up, Here, let this little guy out. Trees and birds and barracudas. It looks dead. It's not dead. It's alive. Wish I had a hose mouth. Imagine what you could do with that thing. Oh yeah. There, you want proof it ain't dead here? I'll just gently tap it with this. See? It's moving. See? It's alive. I mean, during the daytime, mobs, you know, they're nocturnal for the most part, so they're not going to be active right now. So it's trying to not use this energy. Which is why I'm not trying to fuck with it, really. I wish I had a mouth hand, so we redefine hand jobs. But then, would that be known as a blowjob? Or a mouth job? Or, like, what would that be considered? Here, let's get outside. You might get monkeypox in your hands. I mean, monkeypox can happen if you have, like, any biological, like, fluid contact with a human who's affected. Or with something that was in contact with somebody who was affected. Like clothes. Like, I mean, with that, there's not really much, in a sense, for actual, like, help. Or, like, you know, or anything like that with that one. Just got an SOL. The moth is now free. Is it true you could have dirt? Dude, you can get monkeypox from sex, from, you can also get it from just basic contact. Like if I was sitting across the way with my seat, like over there with someone affected with it, I could get affected just based on that. I mean, not like because it'd be directly next to each other, but if I were to, like, touch or make any contact with anything that person were, then yeah. Like, I would probably be infected. I mean, the idea that it's like a gay disease or whatever the fuck is just nonsense and bullshit in the first place. Because it's a pox virus. I mean, like any other pox virus, it's gonna require close biological, like, fluid contact, for it to spread most efficiently. And if... I'm trying to find somewhere to put this fancy glass. But, if you can't find, like, if the host isn't able to, like, have a close contact to somebody, who's unaffected, then they're probably not going to be affected, but otherwise they will. That's the worst thing you see on public transit. It was actually at this Blues Fest one time where there was some dude who was drunker than shit, basically didn't pay for his fare, but the bus driver just let him on anyway. In hopes that the dude would just go away or leave everyone alone. And the dude who got drunk and started flirting, was drunk and started flirting with somebody, talking about how like their mom died or some shit, while also at the same time flirting with someone who also had a ring on, very adamantly telling them to go away. And eventually, the person was kicked off the bus, and then they eventually, like, for some reason, tried to jump in front of the bus to like have themselves run over or some shit. Like, and after that, like, I noticed right behind the bus there was a police car coming up, rolling up on the dude as we were starting to drive away. So, I mean, it was a pretty, like, short encounter for the most part. It only lasted, like, 2 stops, and so basically, like, 5 minutes, really. And the dude's just like, man, that's my mom, she died just a few days ago, cancer and stuff, man, you remind me a lot of her, she's really pretty and stuff, and blah, 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 like, just random shit. This is years and years back, though, so I don't really remember all of it. I just remember it being a pretty weird instance, but the thing is, though, it's Portland. A lot of weird things can happen on the bus, so, honestly, like, thinking about it, it probably isn't the most weirdest thing I've seen. It's just, like, the most immediate thing that comes to my mind, at least from memory. Zerkoff, come here. You want a treat? Give you a little snack. Yeah. There you go. Up. Let's get on the tube, see what's on for tomorrow. Or I guess this afternoon. Oh, my boots is okay. I want to make sure that was on. Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 News interviewed Alex Jones. Or it is going to be released. There's a trailer for this. That was just what? No way. Hold up.
Responsible for what happened to the Sandy Hook families.
Yes, I killed the children.
But be
Fucking Streamlabs, faggot, fuck off, fuck. Anyway, what did we just hear?
responsible for
what was just said?
Sandy Hook families.
Yes, I killed the children.
Oh my god. I killed the children. What, were you the one who did it? You were the one who went in there, directly and shit? Just like, I'm going in Sandy Hook, I'm the one who did it.
No, I went in that school, I pulled a gun out, and I shot every one of them myself. I'm
What? Damn it! I can't! I just can't with things. I'm just like, I parried it, being like, oh yeah, he went in there himself, fucking boom. And then no, he goes in there, it's like, no, I pulled out the 9 and I literally went up to every single one of these little fuckers and blew their heads off myself. I did it. Like, it's like, man, he's a fucking character. You gotta give Jones that, dude. He is a fucking character. What?
It's true.
No. But I mean,
No, it's just, do I feel responsible that someone that played shoot-em-up video games on a bunch of drugs, went and killed a bunch of kids, and then the internet questioned it and I covered that? No, I don't.
So we're gonna use, I like how I'm taking it seriously, but I like how he's basically being like, oh, let's use the stereotypical right-wing talking points of video games, what was the other part of it? Like, you know, fucking, just, you know, like, having fantasies based around that type of shit, and fucking drugs, and whatever the fuck, like, bruh. At least for me personally, violent video games and drugs are the reason why that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? At least, not like I would do anything like that, but just saying, like, I think for a lot of people, it's probably the video games and the drugs that keep them from staying, you know, going postal, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there. It's like, alright, time to smoke this fat thing of, you know, drug and play some violent video games so I can, you know, keep myself from going insane, so I can just keep it and delve into my Grand Theft Auto gameplay. Because, you know, that's like how a lot of people probably are. I mean, they'll go on a video game, probably, you know, Grand Theft Auto or some shit, or like Bone Sandbox or whatever the fuck, and be like, you know, let's unleash, you know, some dark fantasies and some morbid, you know, shit. And then they just do it, and then, you know, they're finish it up, go on about their day, and nothing happens. Because, guess what? There's an outlet for that. And that's kind of the key word, too. Outlet. Like, I mean, you know, it's like if you have, like, positive and better outlets to express some darker elements about oneself, like, hey, I feel like I want to, like, you know, shoot up a bunch of people or some shit, and safer positive outlet, like video games or shit like that, is better. Like, it's better than, you know, like, because, seriously, like, would you rather not have that person have these type of outlets and have, like, a way to express those things versus, you know, balling it all up to the point they go Joker and put it on everybody else? I flushed my dad's cigs down the toilet to help him quit smoking. He didn't appreciate that. Yeah, don't do that. That is, that don't ever fuck with someone in their smoking habit. Won't be good. My cousin ate 15 grams of meth on a bus to avoid getting caught with it. He got definitely sick and threw up a lot. Well, you weren't caught with the meth, but you were caught being sick and stupid. So, I mean, it's probably better to just, like, hope that you just don't get caught than try to eat your evidence and just expect it to go okay.
I don't apologize anymore. I'm done.
I went for the court trial once, and I'm no longer allowed to legally say I have to apologize, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm done.
Was there a definitive?
No, I killed him. I killed him.
You didn't kill him.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, everybody said no. I killed him.
No, you didn't. You were the one who incited harassment and death threats and even, like, literally even suicides, you know, from fucking parents of shit. Like, you did a lot of things, but killing no, like, oh my god. He's just trying to make himself look like a victim. Like, he's doing the, like, oh, you know, they're trying to, you know, oh, I'm questioning this, you know, thing, and, now everyone says I'm the perpetrator of it. So, you know what? Yeah, I did it. I'm the one who did it. You know, it's just like, no, you're not. You're just pretending to be a fucking victim because you think you're innocent. This feels edited. It is. Like, this is a trailer. This is a trailer to the whole full interview. Like, I mean, the actual interview hasn't been uploaded yet. It's just on his clips. Like, this is probably going to be uploaded tomorrow or in the next 2 days.
I already admit it. I did it. I killed him. I'm the bad guy. I'm the devil. Get rid of the First Amendment. Let me one other stuff.
I like how he just froze in there. Get rid of the First Amendment. He just sneaks it in there. Like, I mean, see? I mean, it's just another thing of him pretending to be a victim.
Killed him. First Amendment killed him. Get rid of the Second Amendment. Get rid of the First Amendment. They're bad. They killed the kids too. George Washington killed him. Jesus killed him.
George Washington and Jesus himself killed him.
Rename the whole planet Sandy Hook. Everything.
The whole planet basically fucking killed Sandy Hook. The entire universe and the cosmos itself killed Sandy Hook. Damn.
We should foul 5 times a day to New Haven, Connecticut for the kids that died. Every American's to blame. Every gun owner's to blame. I'm to blame. We are all guilty to Bloomberg and Soros. Turn our guns in. Turn our guns in. I know, I get it, I killed them. I killed...
Dude, what drugs are Alex Jones taking right now?
I killed them. I know, I killed them. So I'm done talking about it.
Like, this arc that Jones is going into, like, he was already pretty crazy and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but this is like, this is extra. This is a little extra. Not even gonna lie. This is like a little extra garnish of crazy in Alex Jones that I haven't seen before in this. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, because honestly, like, am I the only one that feels like Alex Jones is actually legitimately probably prone to snapping at any second? Like, actually, like, legit, like, snapping. Because he's looking like he's legitimately, like, I mean, look at him. He's, like, fucking whiter than shit now. Fucking, like, stressing, probably. Like, doing, you know, stress drug doing, probably. I mean, it's like, dude's kind of, like, on some razor's edge with his sanity, if he had any in the first place.
Can we talk about the trial at all?
There's nothing to talk about. Let me tell you, I don't know if I can do this interview right now. You liking it?
I don't think you should keep doing that.
What? Dude, I murdered those children. I did. I killed them myself.
Still not a funny thing to say. Yeah, I get the point, but it's just like, fuck, man.
Fuck, man.
Okay, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm far beyond giving a fuck right now.
I understand.
He needs a coke bump. I like how the other employee's like, oh, I understand. Like, I think that's telling a little bit. Let's hear that part again.
What's up?
Still not a funny thing to say. Yeah, I get the point, but it's just like, fuck, man.
Fuck it, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm far beyond giving a fuck right now.
I understand.
Dude, that's just, I mean, just the way he said that, just, I think he meant that. He really fucking meant that. He is. Like, I think he honestly is. Which I'm okay with, I don't give a fuck. But, like, I mean, him delving into further insanity is actually kind of a interesting arc. I'm okay with this. But, I mean, Dude, Andrew Callahan is always fucking on point. Dude, I love it. Like, dude, this guy he always makes some really awesome fucking vids with this shit. Channel 5, man. Always got something cool coming up. Dude, I can't wait to see this. Holy shit. That looks fucking insane. Insanely awesome. Here. Uploaded something about O-Block. Rap Chicago Festival. Use it Adderall. Dude, that guy unironically probably could do with, like, a trip to the woods. I don't mean that in, like, a way that you're probably thinking. I mean, like, you know, get some camping gear. You know, just himself. Just by himself. Just take some camping gear. Let's go out to the woods for a week. And just, like, zen yourself. You know what I mean? I bet he would do himself so much favors. I mean, honestly, I bet, like, you know, for Jones, he probably would find a sense of being able to clear his head a little better. Not be so hyper-fixated on his little garbage shit. But, of course, Alex Jones is not going to do that. Also, I want him to anyway, just because... I mean, you know, I'm liking the arc that we have of Alex Jones so far. Alex Jones is going camping to hide a couple $1 million. I mean, you know what? Maybe he is. Yeah, like, he takes, like, a few suitcases full of millions of dollars, just goes Pablo Escobar and buries it, like, 10 feet underground. Where's my tea? Ah, there's my tea. I mean, honestly, I bet Alex Jones did actually do that. He probably did unironically go Pablo Escobar with hiding some money. Not just like, you know, money laundering shit. I mean like straight up Escobar stuff, like hiding it in like the walls of buildings, burying it in like random fucking plots of farmland in the middle of goddamn America or some shit. You know, just shit like that. Like some ranch in Houston, Texas, like outside of Houston, I guarantee you there's probably like millions just buried. Just like under some random yokel's ranch and he doesn't even know it. Bought like some random plot of land thinking it's gonna be nice for fertile soil, and for some reason there's like this fat plot that just won't grow at all. It's like, huh, I wonder why this chunk won't grow. Well, I guess I'll just make this my compost pile now. Little does he know there's like millions and millions of dollars just stashed underneath that pile. Oh my God, these fucking otherlanders. Speaking of ranches, have you heard of Ram Ranch? Oh my fucking God. I mean, when I was on Twitch, every now and then when there was trolls on there occasionally, they would fucking... They would ask me about that and send me links to that shit. Be like, yo, have you heard of this? It's like, yes, oh my God. I mean, it's been a long time since, since I've heard the song, so probably won't be as, like, over it, you know, at this point. Wait, what the fuck is this? I get a random notification for a YouTube comment that's responded to me from years ago? Someone responded to a comment I made like a year or two ago, saying, so believing in souls makes you a weirdo, lol. Huh? I don't, what? When did I even comment on this fucking shit? Why does YouTube recommend, like, fucking notify, like, people replying to comments you made literally years ago? Because now I'm wanting to know what the fuck I said. Oh, I see why. Because a year ago I said something about we don't have souls, you weirdo, we were organic process, these environmental factors from Darwin event. Okay, I see. I see what I said. And the person, I guess, is saying, oh, so believing in souls makes you a weirdo. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little. I mean, not inherently, but, I mean, if just a tad. I mean, maybe I want to say just that, you know, believing it in itself makes you a weirdo, but I'm assuming to whoever I was replying to probably was being a weirdo about it. Thanks, YouTube, for notifying me about something I said a year ago. Tradwife TikTok? What the fuck? This is why I don't want TikTok. Also, I'm starting to have a weird feeling about TikTok, honestly. I'm like, a part of me is like, I kind of want to have a TikTok account just for the virtue of following these fucking weird, like, hogs on TikTok. Not to, like, you know, respond or chat or anything, just to watch them. Just to, like, you know, if I need a smile, if I need, like, you know, something to be like, hey, there's people more insane than, you know, what you're having to deal with. Look at this. You know, it's like, a part of me just wants that a little bit, you know, just like an outlet. But I know if I do that, I'm gonna fucking unleash the can of worms. Don't want Chinese government on my phone. Well, the problem with that, though, is that, like, even though, yeah, with TikTok, it is pretty much, like, a more direct way for that. I mean, if you're on any social media, YouTube included, I guarantee you the Chinese government probably has some information on you. Just as much, well, maybe not just as much, but at least, you know, on a similar extent as the U.S. does. Yeah, it's like we get it from our own government. I don't need, like, more governments, you know, doing that for me. I don't need, like, America's, China's, fucking Saudi's government, Israeli's government. I don't need, like, all these fucking governments watching over me. It's like, it's okay. One's bad enough. But, yeah. I mean, just because of the virtue of just, like, yeah, I mean, they're already kind of pretty much have that info. I mean, it's like, does it fundamentally matter? I mean, I guess to a mild degree, just because it's yeah, just because it's more of a direct access, I guess. But I mean, Facebook sells, you know, data information to not just the Chinese government, or the American government, but multiple various different governments from Europe to Arabia, etc. I mean, it's just like you can't really escape that. It's like, if it ain't TikTok, it'll be Facebook. If it ain't Facebook, it'll be Twitter. If it ain't Twitter, it'll be something else.
Now, tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well,
That's what? Okay, this is already fucking weird. This is already creepy. It's like, what do you do for a living? Love my husband. It's like, that's not creepy. It's like, what, do you not have, like, any personal, like, interests or anything like that? You just like, I'm a vessel to serve and love husband. I like, even, like, I wouldn't want that, like, for myself, because I would think that's just creepy. It's like, I'm here to just love you and serve you. It's like, okay, I don't want you for a wife or a husband. Thank you. Bye. Not interested. I'd basically be feeling like I'm just, like, having someone who's just, like, borderline having, like, slave mentality-ish, like, Stockholm Syndrome style shit with it, and it just wouldn't make me uncomfortable as fuck.
human being, and I became feminine.
Huh?
I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So what are your tips to women that want...
I became a, like, better human being for being a vessel for my husband, and I became very submissive because, like, I have no autonomy over my own self, and I basically think that, you know, me having my own thoughts and my own, you know, personal choices is a bad thing. This is so creepy.
To embrace it, it's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like, you need a man to hire you for it, but that's...
What the fuck is this? Is, like, a husband a CEO to you? What is this? Like, I don't inherently disagree with the idea, like, hey, if someone is, like, a full-time, you know, parent instead of working a job, yeah, I do think they should be paid for that. Absolutely. Like, I don't disagree with that. But it's... yeah, not the it's not like some, like, husband is the CEO and you're, like, some worker slave wage fuck that doesn't even get paid, so, What is this? This is so creepy. This is fucking creepy. I mean, like, I do think, you know, if someone's a housewife or a house husband, yeah, I do think there should be some monetary, compensation for that. I mean, if, you know, someone is working full-time and you have somebody else who's, you know, a full-time, house, slash, child bearer or carer, you know, when it comes to being at home, like someone being at home full-time, someone working a job full-time, you know, when it comes to that type of relationship. Like, yeah, the person who's doing the home caring and all that shit should at least get, you know, at least what the median standard living wage would be for where they live in. Because when it comes to at least raising a kid, that costs a lot of fucking money. And when it comes to, like having a home with a partner, that also costs a lot. I mean, there's, collective financial, burden together in that situation. So at least having, something to help relieve some of that burden financially and otherwise by having, like, being a housewife or a house husband, being a legitimate job, while being a partner with somebody and raising a kid. Absolutely. Like, I'd want that. But in the way that this weird lady is talking about it, like, oh my god. It is so fucking creepy and just so unsettling to me. Because she's basically saying that, like, yeah, I'm basically a worker slave. I'm a worker slave for the husband. It's like, what? No, that's not, no. It's like, I mean, even if that's what you want to do, you should be paid for it. Fuck you. It's like, no. God, it's just... Ugh. How much do you want to bet she's a TERF, too?
Bro, we are so brain broken, dude. What the She's like, I built my resume in the housewife sector. We're so brain broken by capitalism.
I built a resume in the housewife sector. I've had 5 divorces after, my other husbands were not proper CEOs. So now my next husband will be the better CEO. I built up my resume, guys.
Even when she's describing, like, what is otherwise supposed to be this, like, idyllic lifestyle, okay? This traditional, wonderful lifestyle. Like, she's even got the shine dress that she probably picked because she saw the meme. You saw, like, a fucking cottagecore haul, and you bought everything from that haul just so you could be it, okay? When you are not it. And now you're still using capitalist terminology.
Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like, wouldn't it be better if you were cleaning your own shit?
Cancel for...
Wait. Oh, wait, this chick honestly, hold up. She actually now just made... She made one good point so far. It's like, hey, I mean, you have to clean shelves and clean shit at your, shitty retail job. I mean, wouldn't you rather clean your own shit? Kind of implying, would you rather be paid like you are at retail, but just be cleaning your own place, while also being paid like in retail? She's kind of saying what I just said there for a second, but just not in a way that is, like, palatable, I guess, because it's still, like, the way she's talking about it is still just weird, creepy, and just, very, like, hyper-traditionalistically conservative as fuck. And yeah, and also very capitalistic, too. But at least with that, like, yeah, like, that's my point. It's like, yeah, if you're a housewife or a house husband, you should also be paid for that. Yes, like, that would be my point.
Not real work? No, it is. Of course it is. My point is, these people are literally blaming, they're blaming problems caused by capitalism towards, like, feminism.
At home, you know what I mean? And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. In a good way.
Ah! No! Stop it! Oh my god! Fucking fuck off! No! Why? No! 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 What? I feel like she would... Well, she just said your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. It's like, oh my god! I don't want to think about... No. Stop. Oh my god, this is just... Nope. This is only the first lady. We haven't even gone to the rest of the shit. Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh my god.
Where do you meet these men?
Well,
This is absolutely the most unhinged capitalist dogma, capitalist realism, capitalist brain brokenism way of viewing your husband, dude. That's crazy. That's so sad. How about...
Dude, you know in that movie God's Not Dead with, like, that atheist businessman who just, like, fucking leaves his girlfriend because she has cancer or whatever the fuck? She's like, I have cancer, and she's like, I guess it's settled. I'm leaving you. She's like, what? Excuse me? It's like, hey, it's a business contract. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, this is, I mean, it's like, aren't the Christians and shit, like, always, saying atheists are like this? Like, doing hyper business, like, it's just business, capitalist, realist shit. And then you get this trad wife Christian lady doing the same thing? Ah! Oh my god. Oh, I can't, man. I can't with these fuckers. This is just absurd.
relationship with another human being. No, it's just like I put a CV out there, you know. I brought the TradFem NFTs. Everything has to be viewed from the framework of a trek.
Oh fuck. Oh man, that almost hurt. That almost hurt. Tradwife NFTs. Tradwife NFTs, dude. What the fuck? No, I don't want that.
An exploitative,
but I kind of do.
Exploitative capitalist corporation, a capitalist corporate construct.
I think women should work for the men that they want to pursue. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really easy.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, it does, because like a woman should pursue whatever they personally want to, just like anyone else should. Like if a, you know, at the end of the day, if a woman personally, you know, wants to pursue, you know, like, you know, a life, you know, where she wants to, you know, serve her husband more so than, you know, like, yeah, as a first priority, then that's her choice. But if there's women who decide they want to do other things and would rather, you know, use their, like, pursuit for other, you know, for other interests, maybe like for their own personal interests or otherwise, then that's also their choice. Like, women shouldn't be, like, you know, having to, like, work or pursue, you know, for, like, a man or some shit. You could replay cops and robber, or I'm dirty, sad, homeless kid, and you're being, oh my, dude. What you, man? Like, we need, like, you need to chill with the alcohols, bro, because even I couldn't even, like, go that hard.
You want a lawyer, right? So then you should be a paralegal, or if you want a dentist, then you should be a dental hygienist. But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize. Cause
wait. She's saying, okay, I think I get what she's trying to say. She's basically saying, hey, if you want a husband who, you know, is into, like, this thing or that thing, then pursue the same career, you know, as that person. No? Like, no. I mean, it's like, what if, like, you know what? Let's just expand this logic, actually, first. So what if your husband's a lumberjack? Does that mean you as a woman should go into the lumber industry? I mean, I'm okay with that, by the way. I'm actually 100% for that. But, like, I'm still, like, I mean, she's saying, like, you know, jobs that are pretty diverse of men and women, like dentistry and shit. Curious how she didn't mention things like maybe, I don't know, like truckers, plumbers, lumberjacks, steel workers, or like, you know, fucking you know, she mentioned retail once, but not in this context. Interesting how she mentions, you know, like jobs that, you know, have a pretty more like 50-50 demographic when it comes to like men and women working versus, you know, maybe more predominantly men based industries and shit. Because that fucking analogy she's using doesn't even, that it just doesn't work. Like, you know, women can't just fucking like, you know, pursue the same fucking, you know, thing that their husband's doing in hopes, you know, to like get with them. Like, that's just insane. That's just like, that doesn't even make sense. It's like, unless you as a woman are into, you know, lumberjacking as much as your husband is, you know, because, and you're with him because of having those interests and shit, then, well, hey, more power to you. That's, you know, like, your choice of what happened there. And, you know, but, like, as like, it's just so insane. Oh my god, my brain's breaking.
People bully the woman who is the secretary.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I just, straight up, there's no shot this person's husband is like a decent person. Like, I would just not be able to. I'm thinking about it on
yeah, her husband ain't.
My own. I think it says a lot even about a husband that you have a wife that's like, that is viewing the relationship like this. Like, what, you want someone that you don't respect at all? Because, like, you want someone who openly recognizes that the relationship is not built upon mutual trust and respect. That the relationship is basically like a fucking an authoritarian construct, like a capitalist workplace. These relationships are supposed to be the one instance
The
where...
husband sounds awful. Yeah, because honestly, I mean, like I was saying from earlier, it's like, I'm basically a vessel for my husband and I have no brain, you know, or autonomy for my own self. Like, that's what she's basically saying. Like, she's just admitting that. Which, yes, absolutely does say a lot about what her husband is. Because if she's essentially Stockholm Syndrome into this shit, then, yeah, it says a lot about who she's with. And it sounds like he is a very scumbag, fucking shitty person. And a very hyper-capitalistic, probably owns a business or some shit. Probably a fucking, you know, wage slave driver and shit. Yeah, probably legit scumfuck.
A semblance of humanity. An escape from the daily monotony.
And also making her wear, like, some, like, weird flowery business dress, you know, as her, like, daily wear. Which is just like, okay. I mean, I don't really give a fuck what people wear and stuff, but, you know, considering, you know, what she's saying, what her views are, it just makes it creepy.
And even then, you turned it into a transactional relationship with, like, you know, key performance indicators and shit. That's crazy. In the real world, a healthy relationship is supposed to offer you solace, is supposed to offer you a place of comfort, is supposed to help you escape the churn. It's called getting your Mrs. degree in evangelical spaces. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize. Because women will bully the woman who is the secretary that marries the doctor, okay? But who has the last laugh? Like, her in her McMansion with her husband who's hot and the baby. Like, that's...
My lord. It's like, who's laughing when I'm basically, you know, being another rich fuck? Yeah. It's like, what? I mean, good lord. This is just really just gross. I mean, especially with, like, the idea of, like, who's gonna be, you know, laughing when it's like you got, you know, the woman who bullies, you know, like, you know, women like me and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't even think it's like, you know, some bully thing there, lady. I think it's the fact that you're a more traditionalist conservative Christian type and you have this, you know, weird moral, puritanical idea of how women ought to be. And because you're a fucking projectionist on, you know, this type of idea, you just want, you know, cream that down other women's throats. And that's probably why they, quote, bully you.
Striving for a McMansion is peak trad. Oh, yeah. Trad white?
You see a pack of my smokes floating around somewhere, let me know. I just lost one, so.
I haven't seen any.
Hopefully it's not still in the shopping cart at Safeway.
I mean, that might be what the case is, if so.
Never was, designed by ad firms that show you an illusion of a world without capitalism, nostalgia for value propositions from the past.
It's the Mrs. Hinch effect. It's this, like, capitalization of, like, the housewife. I don't know, it's really bizarre to explain, but I follow a few accounts on TikTok that are just really satisfying.
Sounds like a tired old man, because he kind of is in a way. Here, I guess now we're on a new Hawk Talk.
Illusion of a world without capitalism, nostalgia for value propositions from the past.
It's the Mrs. Hinch effect. It's this, like, capitalization of, like, the housewife. I don't know, it's really bizarre to explain, but I follow a few accounts on TikTok that are just really satisfying to my brain, where it's like all these, like, Midwestern mums who label every single thing in the house, and they have a gadget for this and a gadget for that, and everything is, like, perfect and in its place. And that's very, like, Stepford Wivesy, very 1950s, but it's just kind of being rebranded as something that's new and exciting.
Weren't these women, like, wasn't this awful? Like, I don't understand. Wasn't this supposed to be bad? Like, they're literally...
Yeah. And also, just with the still image of that lady, I'm assuming from a movie or something, she doesn't exactly look happy. And also, like, with the whole, like, I mean, it's actually not, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to have things like... their example using, like, oh, they have everything labeled and everything's all, like, orderly and shit. It's like, I mean, I'm not even, like, against that. Like, yeah, it's probably a good idea to have your stuff labeled. Like, my ammo boxes, like, I have that shit labeled, you know, for my different guns and stuff. And I have, you know, some stuff in my room that's labeled up. Like, yeah, like, it's a good idea for that type of shit. But it's not like some weird, traditional, Midwestern fucking housewife trad con shit. That's just... being neat, basically. Or having like an OCD brain, you know, or a little mixture of both. I mean, so there's no real fucking like, you know, Tradicon element to that, and it's not like some weird new hip thing or some shit, or no counterculture, I mean, or whatever. It's quite the opposite.
Right? Yeah, by the way, that's another funny thing. Half these women are like, oh, we should go back to a time when they could just like lobotomize us for speaking out of turn. It's just like, dude, if you're a trad wife on TikTok, you're not a trad wife. When you realize feminism only benefits corporate America, pushing women into careers, the higher taxes, making it extremely hard to live off one income. So
wait, hold on.
Corporate America.
Okay, I can't exactly read from here. I'll have to answer it. Oh, it's just low quality. God damn it. Hold on. Why is it at 240? What the fuck? Yo, bump this up to at least like 480. Now I can read it. When you realize feminism only benefits corporate America, pushing women into careers to higher taxes, making it extremely hard to live off of one income. No. I mean, yes and no. Like, no, because feminism historically, and in a lot of ways contemporary still to this day, is not benefit towards corporate America. It's liberation of women's rights and sexual liberation of, you know, women, which, sure, you know, they can't be capitalized on, I suppose, but like that isn't like some inherent like benefit for corporate America and shit. That's a benefit towards social justice. And, you know, pushing women in careers, like, oh god, oh fuck, that's such a bad thing. Oh no, horrible thing, you know, for society, women having careers, oh god. I mean, even before the whole, like, trad wife shit, like, you know, there was women who had jobs, like, who were fucking, you know, working in the arts and fucking educators and shit. I mean, it's like, while heavily limited, you know, what women's choices were at the time, I mean, it's like, what? I mean, it's like women's life wasn't literally just being a housewife and literally nothing else.
The higher tax.
Nor should it ever.
Is making it extremely hard to live off one income.
So the women who do want to stay with their children can't.
Who do?
Can't do so. The women who do want to. Oh, okay. Some women do.
With their children can't? What? Why are all these women complaining about feminism instead of complaining about capitalism? It's not the feminism that's the problem, you fucking dingus. I don't understand it. How are you missing the point so aggressively?
I don't know. I mean, it's just absurd. I mean, it's like, I mean, the reason why I'm saying it can be is because that's what capitalism will do. It's like it finds ways to profit and, well, capitalize on things. And if it could do that with feminism, it will do it with that. If it could do it with fucking, like, sexism, like it did back in the 50s, 60s, it would do it, you know, just as much then. I mean, it still kind of does to a degree, you know, today anyway. I mean, just not nowhere nearly as much, you know, but it's like, huh? It's like, I hate how these motherfuckers just miss. It's like, yeah, maybe if it's harder to live off of one income, maybe that's a problem with the fact that you have a bunch of corporate shitbag fucks that run our government, you know, that would rather, you know, scalp over to, you know, the lower classes and shit, and the working class, more so than the fact that women aren't staying at home with their kid.
See dudes do this, okay? When we see dudes do this shit, you're like, okay, that makes sense. That's a dude. Like, of course, dudes have a sense of entitlement, and they're just gonna blame. They're gonna blame women because that's like, that's a perfect vector for their anger. You know what I mean? Especially women that don't want to fuck them. Right.
Which is why I think, you know, these trad wife TikToks are, you know, even kind of more disgusting in my mind. Just because it enables, and it's like a, you know, outlet to, you know, for a lot of those same type of men to be like, see, there's women like, you know, that like us and stuff. There's women that, you know, think like us. See, checkmate, lib. We're not sexist. So, I mean, it's like, it's basically a perfect way. It's like, you know, like with Dave Rubin or Candace Owens or like Ben Shapiro and shit when it comes to like some elements of like the far right, especially. Like you have Candace Owens, who's a far right black conservative. You have Dave Rubin, who's a mishmouth, sad, pathetic little bitch boy of a conservative who's gay. To, you know, gets hated on like every fucking, you know, Republican and conservative that he happens to be around, but still sucks their dick. Well, figuratively at least. And then you got fucking Ben Shapiro, who's Jewish, but a lot of elements of the far right and the right wing are still very heavily anti-Semitic and shit, but yet, you know, he's just totally okay with their shit. And if anything, his bolsters more about Judeo-Christian values more than anything.
You know, we're today?
A whole ass woman, and also blaming, like, feminism instead of capitalism. Like, you should get it at least to a certain degree in the life as a homemaker.
So, the next 4 days, I'm going to go upstairs for the weekend. So the next 4 days, I'm going to clean the house until my interview.
Okay.
What days do you have off?
Today, and then pretty much like same days next week, but I'm off at 6 Sunday, Monday, because I'm doing barbecuing.
You want to go see Mom?
Well, I'm going to see her today.
Fuck, dude. Okay, well, let's...
Well, I'll just...
Yeah. Just ask her mom if she's not doing anything this week.
Okay.
And we'll go see her.
Alright.
Because, I mean, finally did it.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it in front of fucking Trevor. I went behind his back. I went to an assistant manager and did it. I literally told Chase, I'm like, hey, Chase, I want to resign. He's like, what, 2 weeks? Or immediately? I'm like, immediately. He's like, okay. I'm like, what do you need? He's like, well, your key card and your discount card. I said, okay, here you go. I said, I'm leaving at lunch. I won't be back. Hey, I'm going to look at it this way. I just made $94.
94?
But I haven't got paid yet.
Ah. Well, hey, at least some.
You said do something or make something. So if I don't get that,
Yeah.
the house will be clean.
Right, yeah. I figured, you know, at the very least, as long as there's at least, you know, like I said, some communication with, you know, the situation and...
You and your mom.
Yeah, you know, I think as long as that's going on, everything's all, you know, good with it, so...
My interview's on Friday at 11 anyway.
Alright, yeah. Cool. Sweet. I figured he was going to resign today. Which, honestly, yeah, good. I don't think Dayroom is really as dumb as he talks. I know he froze the right. Yeah, barely tolerates him at best and hates him at worst. No, he knows that, but he don't give a shit. Like, he cares more about the money and cares more about his, you know, weird sense of acceptance, you know, because of his weird social conservative capitalistic views and shit. And instead of, you know, just having some fucking balls and just saying, you know what, I will just be like some moderate neo-lib, you know, type of fuck, you know, instead. Which, honestly, I feel like you'd be more respectable that way, instead of being this weird right-wing conservative dipshit. Like, I mean, like, if he would at least, you know, be neo-libish, like, even though he'd still be a propagandist and probably still, you know, buddy up with some of the propagandists that he would be with anyway. Or, you know, like he already is. So let me figure out what I'm doing today, Lamau. Yeah, I was going to go see my mom here in a little bit. It's kind of doing more of like a wake and bake and just kind of chilling for a little bit. Then, obviously, come back later tonight. But I only got one thing I'm doing, which is just seeing my mom, so. So, yeah. But my day's pretty simple. I was kind of hoping that a part would be sent and delivered to me today, but it hasn't yet. I don't think it is today. It says it's supposed to be expected by Tuesday, even though it's already in town already. So I'm just like thinking, well, I was hoping that it'd probably be either be like today or, if not, probably Monday. Is your mama Karen? I say she is possible to have her moments. It's possible, you know, like, at times, but no. I'd say like 95% of the time, no. But even when she does have like the 5% of being kind of a Karen about stuff, I mean, it's usually justified.
Breakfast, eggs, maple.
Yeah, right here, what's this?
Like feminism instead of capitalism. Like you should get it at least to a certain degree in the life as a homemaker.
Day in the life of a homemaker. Pick a house dress, skincare, and makeup. Oh my god.
Breakfast, eggs, maple, oatmeal, cucumber salad. God damn, dude. What the?
Whoa, cucumber salad, some fucking maple oatmeal. Oh, okay, god damn. That's actually a fucking dank breakfast right there. That looks fucking spanking. Like, damn.
Yo, that shit looks poison, dude. You spent...
I like how I mean, honestly, that weird cucumber I'm not even looking at that. Like, I didn't even... I mentioned it once, but I'm like, I'm looking at that oatmeal fucking maple shit and the eggs. Like, the eggs and the oatmeal are, like, what I'm looking at. Give me, like, a fat bowl of that oatmeal. Make it thicker, though. Like, I want some more oats in that. You know, but... oh, no. I'm sounding like a trad conservative fuck now. I'm a trad husband now. What? This oatmeal ain't thick enough. There's not enough maple or ain't no oats. It's just, you got like the meal, but no oat. And also, the eggs, when I want them scrambled, I've opened myself up to sunny sides up more lately these days. So, I don't know, I feel like I'd probably rock out those eggs. Not the salad, though. Fuck the salad.
Alright, I'll be back Sunday night.
Alright, man.
Making food every day and that's your output, dude? What the fuck? Starbucks, espresso, and a walk to the park. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, dude. I know what's happening here. You can't fool me. I love putting a full face of makeup on, wearing my Jessica Simpson collection from TJ Maxx dress, okay, and then folding fucking towels.
I know, what a great way to just have your day, you know, for today. It's just like, yep, let me just have my nice dress, get in full fucking makeup like I'm gonna go out to a nice restaurant today, and just fold some towels at my house, you know, let's just vacuum the house a little bit and stuff, you know. It's just like, why? Like, honestly, like, why is that just a thing about, like, trad wives and shit? It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, I mean, if we're not going anywhere outside, I mean, there's no real, you know, necessity whatsoever to, like, be getting all dressed up or some shit. I guess unless you personally feel like it, but that's a personal choice thing at that point. Oh, was that a fluffy doggo?
Folding fucking towels.
Oh, it is a fluffy doggo.
Oh.
See what I mean? Oh my god, like, yeah, let's get in full makeup and in dress so we can wipe down our windows, even though they're already pretty clean. Just fucking hell.
Come on, dude. I mean, calm the fuck. Yo, we know what you're doing. Like, are you kidding me, dude? He's like, oh man, I'm such a trad wife. Look at me. This is fan service. This is what it's called, okay? It's called fan service. What the Bible says about homemakers.
Oh my god. What are you wearing? Take it off. Oh my god. What is that? Why are you wearing that?
This fucking fit, dude.
What is this?
God, I love this. This is my favorite. I want more. I'm already hooked.
Is she just sitting? Okay, so then they can urge to... Oh, it's a fucking Bible verse. You know what, Bibble? I'm not gonna bother trying to read it there. I'll just find it here because it's a lot easier. And plus, there's more context I could look into. So what is it, Titus? Okay, 971, page 971. Man, Titus is way down in there. Okay. Titus is actually a short-ass chapter. What the fuck? Okay. Chapter 2, verses 4 through 5. Well, if it's 4 through 5, I'll just read from 1 through 5. But after you speak up for the right living that goes along with the true Christianity. Teach the older men to be serious and unruffled. They must be sensible, knowing and believing the truth and doing everything with love and patience. Yeah, we're gonna tell that to old people today. Teach older women to be quiet. This is verse 3. Curious how it's 4 through 5 and they missed verse 3. Weird. See, this is why I pull this out whenever I see Bible verses like this, because there's always context missing. So teach the older women to be quiet and respectful in everything they do. They must not go around speaking evil of others. They must not be heavy drinkers, so I guess they could drink a little bit. They can have a wine occasionally. But they should be teachers of goodness, so I guess that's where them maybe being teachers in the whole trad wife, you know, world, and even in, like, you know, the 1800s. Okay, so I can see where they probably got that too. All right, so here's 4 for 5, right? Yeah. These older women must train the younger women to live quietly, to love their husbands and their children, and to be sensible and clean-minded. Telling any human to be clean-minded is like telling a moth not to go to a flame. And being kind and obedient to their husbands, so that the Christian faith can't be spoken against by those who know them. So be a indoctrinary drone. Be a drone. Be a good little housewife drone. Be obedient and be quiet.
The younger women to love their husbands and children, to be self-controlled and pure, to be busy at home, to be kind, and to be the subject of their husbands. Like, it's very clear that she's trying to look like Marilyn Monroe, which is hilarious because, like, she was an iconic woman for you know, moral degeneracy. Found a
at the time, especially, yeah.
Thinker and holistic healer, love that.
Which, funny enough, a lot of trad conservative types actually kind of look up to her now. I was like, she was a, you know, beautiful, traditional-looking woman. Even though she wasn't.
Reject hookup culture, develop femininity, learn how to cook, family over career, avoid debt, date for marriage, read the Bible, birth control won't fix hormones,
I'm your elder.
heal childhood trauma. Damn, bro, childhood trauma.
It's like, damn, hey, you know that childhood trauma you had as a kid? Just heal that shit.
Talk and zapped it out of my brain. Start a garden, learn holistic health, find a flexible career, be compassionate and kind.
Wait. Find a flexible career? You just said family over career. So, don't have a career. Have a family first. Like, you can't have it both ways.
Put your identity in Jesus, not social and political movement.
Oh my god. Wait, that's... Being a Christian, Bible thumper, Jesus freak is a social fucking... Oh my god,
Identity in Jesus, then, if not a social and political movement. You're basically just saying, put your identity in the social and political movement that I think is best. Track that posters, Art of Madman is Blue Lives Matter, supporters Art of Punisher. That's a good one. That's a good take. They just want to live without capitalism, and due to conservative upbringing, they relate their utopian horizon to an imagined idyllic past, but without material analysis, feminism is at fault, not capitalism. Yeah, that's it. Every single one of these
Damn. That's actually kind of on the point a little bit.
Has a very clear through line, okay? And that is that life is unsustainable. They don't have any fucking freedom to choose whatever the fuck they want to choose. And that's not because of feminism. That's because of capitalism.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know who the chatter said that at the end there, but that kind of nailed it with the head a little bit. Because, I mean, they're... Like, especially that last point, like, some of the other little bits there, like, oh, you know, start a garden, or, you know, like, flexible career, and, like, some other little points that were mentioned there. It's like, those aren't even inherently bad points as just general, like life advice tips or some shit, you know, like, more or less than anything. But, you know, to them, because of especially their social upbringing, it's more or less like this sense of idyllic, traditionalistic, you know, sense of, you know, utopia more so than, you know, looking at the real actual causations with the material analysis to it. Because they weren't exposed or educated or taught any of that. Or taught to think that that shit's all like commie nonsense, foo-foo, feminist shit, and don't fucking, you know, don't be getting into that. But here, I'll check out one more little thing, at least for right now, before I come back later. Racist Karen goes viral on TikTok, another TikTok thing. And a racist bitch. Awesome. For berating minimum wage workers at a Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Dope. Something I can, you know, get riled up about. Hell yeah.
So this is about a racist Karen who was berating Dunkin' Donuts employees. She was even worse before I started to record. I snapped on her but had to shut up because I'm 6 months pregnant. What an awful and disgusting human being. Made me so mad because these people work so hard to start our days off right and don't deserve this treatment. So this is the individual who uploaded this. Now,
I mean, I don't know what I'm about to see, but I already agree with her. I mean, considering I'm a retail worker, not, anything like Dunkin' Donuts, but I know exactly how these motherfuckers feel. I mean, it's like, because we have a little Starbucks kiosk in our store, and I see what they go through. I mean, a lot of what I have to go through is not that much different. It's just like what we serve out and what we give to people's different, and like our kitchens are going to be different. But other than that, not that much different. If at least the process of what we do, when it comes to the customer service element, because it's pretty much the same thing as this. So I know, maybe not the literal exact way of how Dunkin' Donuts workers have to, deal with in their treatment, but yeah, when it comes to retail and the food service industry in broad and in general, yeah, I know how they feel. And we get almost no fucking gratification outside of, maybe a nice customer here and there. Like legit, the only real thanks or gratification or, like respect that we, as like fast food workers or like food service workers or retail workers that we usually ever get is if we actually have a, department manager that's actually like, worth a shit and actually it's like down to earth a little bit, or for customers. Like, that's pretty much about it. Like, beyond that, there ain't none of it. In fact, there's quite the opposite, where we're disrespected and just treated like fucking cogs, and just like expected to, just get shit done from corporate, and they don't want to hear any bullshit because, to them it's just excuses, and, they don't give a fuck. And then you get Karen ass fucking piece of shit like this, who do this type of shit that just make our fucking days even worse.
What prompted this psychopath to treat these employees this way? But oftentimes, it's something small, but I mean, regardless,
usually
there's absolutely no justification for this kind of behavior, right? Children perhaps might behave this way, but adults, no, this is not okay. But watch the way she berates these minimum wage workers. It's just infuriating.
I want it all ISIS on your ass. I want it intact.
So I don't know if you just heard that. Sorry.
I kind of did. I'm gonna call ISIS on your ass. I mean, that's just like, huh? Well, you have them on like speed dial? You just got like, like, I don't know any other names. Like, I'm not even gonna make up one. I'm not even gonna do that. But like, I mean, but like, Jesus Christ, Logan, fuck, you spam all the time. Post everything in one fucking comment.
Sure you get that.
But like, I mean, it's like I'm gonna call ISIS. Like, I mean, if anything, you would be more on the watch list if you were to call ISIS there, lady. Not, I'm assuming would be the, person who is like Islamic in their belief, because I'm assuming they're probably wearing like a turban or a hijab or something like that, I'm imagining. Like, I mean, if that's the first thing I'm hearing right off the bat, like, that's just kind of my assumption. I don't see the worker yet. I mean, but I guess we'll see.
Told them that she's going to call ISIS on them. First of all, this is proof that racism and stupidity go hand in hand.
No shit.
Because I think that she means she's going to call ICE. But why are you going to call ISIS on them? What did they do? Well, it's because they're not white. So that's her gotcha right there. Oh, brown, gotta call ISIS. Like, lady, do you not realize how fucking stupid you sound?
Call ISIS on your ass. I want it intact.
I want it in cash? Or intact? Okay. It looks like an Asian person, actually. Like, what? Like, yeah, it literally is just because the person's brown. Like, she doesn't even, like, she's saying ISIS, like, thinking they're, like, what? Like, Arabic or some shit? It's like, I'm gonna call ISIS your fucking homeboys and make them pick you up and get you out of here. Meh. It's like, and also, I do think she also was trying to probably say ICE, too. But, I mean... Again, when you're racist, you usually are also a major fucking moron. So, it's kind of hard to, really, like, analyze what, you know, is really going through the head outside of just being a racist dumb shit hating on somebody because they don't look like your weird red sunburnt looking face ass little self.
Now clean your goddamn game and give me back my fucking donuts. I paid for them, they're mine.
I paid for them and they're mine. It's like, you know, I mean, honestly, like, I mean, if this is like the reaction that someone gets, even if they did pay for something and they're acting belligerent like this, I don't give a fuck whether they're yours or not. You're getting the fuck out. Like, I'm either going to become a manager or I'm going to be handling it personally to make sure that you're the fuck out of the store, because fuck you.
I want a dozen fucking donuts now. I paid for them, they're mine.
I want a dozen now. It's like, oh my god, quit being a little sissy little soy boy Karen bitch ass fucking brat cunt and fucking just get the fuck out. Like, shut up.
Call the cops. I already called them before you. And I'm calling Channel 4. You're gonna be on
Channel 4? Yo, yeah, you're gonna be on Channel 4, alright, but not for the reasons you think, dumb bitch. I hope they burn the donuts in the fryer. Or undercook them. Honestly, just have raw, doughy-ass donuts instead of, like, nice, fluffy, crisp donuts. Like, I mean, she fucking deserves it. Dude, I would do that. Like, I mean, like, honestly, if I have to deal with motherfuckers like this, oh, I'll fuck with them. You know, oh, yeah, I'll fuck with their shit. Not like, you know, like, not by, you know, any means of, like, spitting the food or anything like that. Not like that. But if it's like, oh, I have to cook you up some fried chicken, well, oops, looks like your chicken got burnt. Oh, you know, you want me to, you know, make you up a batch of donuts? Oh, looks like I undercooked them. Looks like they're a little raw and doughy. You know, so it's just like, nah. They're gonna, you know, it's like, fuck you, I'm gonna mess with your shit if you're gonna fuck with my day and ruin it. So, you know, it's like, evidently your day's already ruined, so here, let me add the little cherry on top, fucking cunt. Oh, you want a little Starbucks of a triple calf? Well, guess what, you're not getting any caffeine, period. It's a total decaf now, bitch.
You're not gonna give me my cash?
Coffee extra with caramel.
God damn it. Pick up my card now. I said, pick up my Bank of America card. It's right fucking there.
No, you know what? No. Like, honestly, I pick it up and just put it in the register. It's like, no. Get out. I just put it in the register and be like, no, get the fuck out. Like, you're not going to demand anything from me. You're going to leave, and I'll wait until the cops show up, and I'll give them, give your property to them. You know, it's like, no, fuck you. Get out. I mean, if anything, I just chuck it by the door. You know, if anything.
I'm going nowhere, bitch.
Oh, yeah, you will. You have a dick.
I wish I wasn't pregnant. I would be just letting you the fuck up right now.
I don't know if anyone heard that, but oh my god, I heard her. She murmured, it's like, man, I wish I wasn't pregnant right now. I'd be slapping the fuck out of her right now. I mean, do it. Honestly, you have the pregnant card. She can't do shit to you. And honestly, if she did, you have more liability to sue than she would. Like, no, like, if anything, you have the pass. You have the pass. You can go up to someone and just, like, boom, because, like, no. Not only am I as a woman, but I'm pregnant. Fuck you. You can't even, like, extra touch me. It's like, There's, like, extra levels of that shit. I mean, I'd be encouraging her if I was there. I mean, if that was the case, I'd just do it myself.
I'm gonna stand here all fucking day, bitch.
Are you sure about that?
Large ice cream, extra caramel. Is that it? Elective? Yep, that's fine.
My
Thank
card
you so
is
much.
right there on the floor. Right there. Fine. We'll tell the cops. We will call 911
So where to begin? First of all,
see, this is like, I mean, luckily, like, I don't really have to, you know, deal with this type of shit myself that much, but, man, there are definitely some motherfuckers out there that are just straight up, like, you know, who basically treat, you know, workers like them and like us, you know, and, like, in this way. As essentially like their fucking property to them, like they're essentially like an extension of their fucking arms and legs, and you know, and they, you know, ought to, you know, demand what they, you know, to do what they ought to want, and the whole customer's always right, you know, type of, you know, premise and shit. That fucking disgusting capitalistic lie. And basically just saying, oh, well, you know, it's just like, you know, it's like, you know, it's to catch me here, and basically saying that you're the extinction of everything that I am, and if you do not do exactly what I want, then go fuck yourself. You are, you know, you don't deserve your wage, you don't deserve your pay, you don't deserve any respect or gratification for being a human being, having to work a slave wage job. Fuck you. Like, that's exactly what these fucking people think. And, I mean, this is why, you know, at least in my mind especially, I'm just like, yeah, this is why, you know, the whole idea of, like, you know, yeah, I'll fuck with you back, you know, is very meritable. Like, and I have before. Like, I mean, I won't, like, you know, especially when it comes to food, and you can't really, you know, fuck with it too much, but there's things you could do, like, oh, you know, it looks like, you know, the breading, you know, on the chicken kind of fell off mostly, so it looks like all the fried, you know, chicken's just not really breaded. Or, oh, it got overcooked a little bit, it looks like. Oops. Some shit like that. I mean, hey, it's not like, you know, liable for, you know, food poisoning or anything like that. It's just a little overcooked. Or doesn't have any breading on it. Or barely any at all. Shit like that. Because, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be a total cunt and a total piece of shit and a Karen towards me, yeah, I'm not really exactly going to give that much of a shit about treating you with the same respect.
She, in her tantrum, threw her card, and then she demanded that they pick up the card. Get my card, bitch! I mean, it doesn't get more entitled than that. And, look...
I mean, honestly, like, I would have half the nerve to break the card. Just, like, take a knife or something, just... Alright, here you go. Here's the card back. I mean, because honestly, it doesn't cost really that much or anything at all, you know, to get a new card. So, I mean, she can go cry about it. It'd be an inconvenience for her.
But aggravated that all of these people were around and nobody intervened to defend the employees. Like, I understand as somebody who's really conflict averse, and I try to mind my own business and keep my head down when I'm in public, I feel like, how could you not defend the employees there? They're just getting berated. And this Karen is not getting pushback from anyone else in line. And, you know, somebody's recording it. But I mean, maybe, I don't know if Alexis works there. So maybe she doesn't work there, you know, and she's recording it. So she, like, almost snapped. So perhaps she was confronted. So we don't necessarily have the full context. But you'd like to see somebody step in and say, listen, ma'am, this is not acceptable. Talking to them like that.
I mean, honestly, you think, you know, being kind and cordial is gonna, you know, get the fucking point across? I mean, honestly, there just needs to be the whole premise of just, like, need to be dealt with. I mean, because, frankly, especially with, you know, motherfuckers and whiny little piss stamps like this, there is an element where they have to just be kind of dealt with, in a sense. Because of shit like this. Because, like, yeah, like, I mean, you do need to kind of get smacked around a little bit, or you do need to get, like, you know, fucking, you know, having some consequences for, you know, massive beratement of this type of shit. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let's see where Suga went. Oh, you're right there. Here. Have a treat. Ah! Okay, there we go. Okay, let's round the corner. That was okay. Anyway, but... It's just like when you have, you know, people who are essentially just like trying to do their day-to-day job, and you have someone like this. I mean, there should be a sense of, you know, needing to step in, and frankly, at least as far as I'm concerned, if it did get physical, I want to give a shit. If anything, I think it'd be justified to a certain degree. It's like, oh yeah, you think it's, you know, cool to basically act like this psycho bitch, you know, towards, you know, like a coworker, you know, like employees, and workers and shit, you know, and basically have such a high sense of entitlement that you just have this major sense of get your way and fuck you, I got mine. Like, no. Like, evidently, you've had a silver spoon in your mouth in your entire time. You've not suffered any consequences for your fucking actions, and frankly, maybe you all deserve to have some consequences given to you.
Respectful. Your racism is not okay. Like anything, right? But she was just running her mouth for 2 minutes. And longer than that, because, you know, they didn't get to record this right away. So it's just, this is what fast food workers have to deal with. And every single fast food employee or retail worker, anyone who works with the general population, has experienced something to this effect. Like where somebody's just screaming at you for no good reason. And this is what they have to do. They just have to nod along and take it. It's really dehumanizing. There's one instance, and I've shared this story before, when I worked at Blockbuster. I don't remember specifically why this Karen was really mad at us, but she stood out to me because of how dumb she was. But she was mad that her kid had used her Blockbuster card to rent movies at a different Blockbuster location. And so she apparently didn't want anyone to rent. And so our policy is somebody can use your account to rent videos if their name is on your account or if they have your Blockbuster card. Now, her child did have the Blockbuster card. But for whatever reason, her card was used. And apparently, like, somebody at my store had rented out the card to her kid. So she came in screaming at me and my coworker, calling us all the names in the book, called my coworker a cunt. Just screeching. And so when my coworker said, you can't keep talking to us this way, otherwise we're going to have to ask you to leave, do you want to know what this Karen's response was? I can say anything I want to. Free speech. It's called the Fifth Amendment.
The Fifth Amendment? No, like, if that's, like, if you're that dumb, you know, like, bye. No, you get to leave.
That free speech, it's called the Fifth Amendment. Dumb motherfucker, first of all, doesn't know what free speech is, because free speech does not apply to private businesses. We can kick you off of our property if you're abusing us. But second of all,
yeah,
it's not the Fifth Amendment, obviously. You all know that. But, like, so confident, so stupid, and just being so nasty to us. And it's not like her kid rented movies and racked up a bunch of late fees, because we could have possibly worked with her if we got permission from the manager to, like, get rid of those late fees. But she was just irate that her kid rented. It's like, call your fucking kid. So,
I mean, no, for real. Like, I mean, that Karen is just, like, extra psycho bitch, because, like, all she would have to do is just, like, take the card away from her kid, make sure, you know, her kid doesn't have access to the card anymore, and, you know, and, like, there you go. I mean, that, like, that's about all you had to have to do. Like, I mean, like, the Blockbuster workers would have nothing to do about that outside of just, like, if there were, like, some late fees and shit, which obviously there weren't.
Retail workers have to deal with, and it really, like, it kind of taints your perspective of humanity. Like, you get a little bit, not just doomer, but what's the right word that I'm looking for? Misanthropic, maybe, or
yeah, misanthropic.
Misanthropic, right? Because it just makes you see the worst of what humanity has to offer. And any retail worker, ask them, I dare you, or fast food worker.
Oh, yeah.
I have dozens of experiences like this, where they...
Yep. I got experiences. I have coworkers that I got experiences. I got stories. Yep.
Just treat you like garbage.
Yep.
And so, like, to see this woman yell at these people and threaten to call ISIS on them, it's so gross. And like, think of the intent behind her threatening to call ISIS. She's not just saying, you know, I'm going to make you get fired. That would be bad in and of itself. But she's saying, no, I want you kicked out of my country. That's the implication. She wants to destroy their life because, I don't know, they got an order wrong or something like that.
Or apparently didn't get her donuts immediately. Or whatever the fuck it was. It was just so stupid. But that's why this whole entitlement, you know, like, mindset that so many Karens have are just so fucking stupid and ridiculous. Because, I mean, when you have, like, you know, some racist entitled cunt like that, you know, basically just, you know, feeling like they, you know, are like some feudal lord, you know, that's just, you know, looking at some other serfs from another lord, you know, that have equal jurisdiction over, to basically just have their edict and, just use them for whatever their personal interests and shit are, then, I mean, it's just fucking, like, one of the probably lower elements of, art, like the human condition. It really is, because, like, so many different retail workers, so many different, like, elements of, the retail food service industry, whether fast food or otherwise, gets this fucking treatment. And it's maybe not, to that extreme, but it is almost basically on a daily basis, if not at least a weekly basis, where this type of shit happens. And honestly, like, I mean, if there was just, like, legitimately, like, an encouragement and, like, instead of this whole, like, hyper entitlement, I got mine, so fuck you type of mentality, but instead of, like, maybe give us some basic sense of gratification, towards others, at least especially when it comes to, these type of industries and shit. I mean, it probably would help a lot when it comes to problems, like, with mental health and shit like that, too. Because I know there's a lot of elements about mental health and shit that people have that, play a major role because of shit like this. I know it has for me, and I know it has for a lot of other people. But here, get this last bowl smoked up, at least for the meantime. Come back a little later. And then, check out some more shit. But, gotta go see Baba. So, peace out. And see y'all on that next one, which will be a little bit later.